Mataji, but you have to join 15 minutes early. Today, I think even earlier, Uma Mataji started. Can you join? Like, you are in PST, right? I don't know. Uh, Yeah, you have to join 15 to 20 minutes early, Mataji, then you can
Okay.
recite. Yeah.
Okay.
And also, Mataji,
Tomorrow
correct.
it's chapter
Yeah,
6. Right.
the chapter.
Yeah, it's chapter 6. Yeah.
Chapter
It's
6?
not. Yes.
Yes.
If you want to do seventh chapter, you can start seventh chapter only next week, Mataji. Next
Okay.
Monday.
No, Mataji,
Okay,
on
Mataji.
Friday we are starting. 15th, Friday.
Okay, I'll do on
Usually we
Friday.
change on
then.
15th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's end of week, no, Mataji.
Okay,
So,
okay. Either
Okay, on
you wish,
Monday I'll
Mataji.
recite. The next
yeah,
Monday,
Monday is good.
chapter
Yeah.
7. Yeah, I'm very weak in Sanskrit, Mataji. I practice out full 15, 20 days. Now I'm there. Somehow, like, mistakes I'll make, but yeah. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Yes, Mataji.
So I'll chant on Tuesday, Mataji. Then next Tuesday or
Okay.
Friday.
Yeah. We can update the Excel sheet, Mataji. Excel sheet is in the group. I will send it back again.
Okay, Mataji.
Mataji, can you update it to chapter 7 and send it from Monday onwards?
Yeah, sure, Mataji. I will update that, Mataji. Yeah.
And the dates, yeah.
Yeah, and dates. Yeah, I will do that. Yeah. Yeah. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Krishna Prabhupada. This is Neeta Sambhalpuri.
Hare Krishna Neetu Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day, giving your association. Welcome to the call. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead.
Mataji, did the live video show up for you?
Yes, it showed. If you go to the YouTube studio, you will see Mataji. It says like that only. Yesterday or like 2 days it was showing.
Because even if I am on the Bhakti Sangha login also, it's not showing.
Yes, it's showing still same. But if you go on YouTube studio, it's working.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. Okay. Then we will start.
Mataji, Ramgiridhari Prabhu might be 1 or 2 minutes late, but we can start recording. That's okay.
Okay.
So you want to finish off Prabhupada quote and then continue to chant, or what do you want to do?
Yeah. Either way, Mataji, whatever you say.
Okay,
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. And this week is very special, Janmashtami series. We are hearing Krishna katha. So today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Ramgiridhari Prabhu to enlighten us on the topic of prayers of demigods. Before we hand over the call to Prabhuji, I would like to read today's quote, and such a nice way that Srila Prabhupada's quote and today's Krishna Katha Leela is matching a lot. I'm so happy with Prabhupada's blessings. We are starting this August 11th. We should take any Leela of Krishna as a supreme. The Vrindavan Leela, Krishna Leela with gopis is the most confidential Leela. We should not entertain these confidential leelas unless we are liberated. It is very difficult subject, and because they cannot understand what is Krishna Leela, they imitate, they fall down. Vrindavan, August 11, 1974. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I will just see if Prabhuji there. It's not there, and I will continue chanting. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Hare Ram
Ram
Hare Ram
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 Hare Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram
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 Hare
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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण
Vinita Mataji, you can start talking for a while till Prabhu comes. Please tell us.
Okay, Mataji. Mataji, I like all the pastimes of Krishna, Mataji. If you ask me one pastime, I should think what I have to share. Yeah.
Whatever flashes in your mind.
Okay. We will do Putana pastime, Mataji. That's
Why?
first demon, Mataji. Yeah, first demon. Right? No, first demon. Why? Shakatasura is there. Yeah.
That's only first.
Putana is first. Okay. Then later Shakatasura, Mataji. Putana is first. Okay, Putana, Shakatasura, and Trinavarta. Okay, got it. Putana is the first. Okay, yeah. So, like, I wanted to share Putana pastime because I feel like even though Putana came to kill Krishna, but he gave her mother position. So, that's why it's really heart touching. Krishna does not see what see, even though the intentions was very bad, but Krishna just saw that offering of milk, and then he gave her that such blessings to her. So that is really very great of Krishna, and that's what I feel. Sometimes we may offer. I don't know how we are offering mentally or properly, but still Krishna accepts all of our offerings. So we'll start with this pastime. How beautifully this Putana comes decorating herself very nicely like an angel and walks into the Vrindavan. And Krishna was just born, and everybody was happy seeing Krishna. And what happens is this lady walks into Vrindavan, and everybody was surprised to see this lady. And she's very beautiful. Everybody was captivated for her beauty. And wow, who is this girl? Is this girl from the heaven? And everybody was attracted like that. And slowly she approaches to Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maya. She asks that I want to feed Krishna, and then she enters the Nanda Bhavan, and she approaches Krishna, and she sees Krishna lying cradle, and she thinks that, oh, this little boy, I'm going to kill this little boy. Oh, see, it's very easy for me to do it. And we all know that who gave this, what do you call this assignment to Putana. We all know that Kamsa gives this assignment, and Putana thinks, oh, this is like just for me, a left hand thing. I can easily do it. It's nothing for me. Like, she was thinking it's very easy. And also when she sees Krishna, she's thinking, okay, this little boy, I can easily kill him. And Krishna was smiling, and this lady approaches Krishna and takes him onto the lap, and she sees the Krishna's beautiful face. And when she starts feeding, at first it's normal, it was nothing for her. She's like laughing, ah, ha ha ha, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you. But what happens is like, um, what happens is Krishna starts showing his power now. Yeah, he starts showing his power, and then he squeezes. He actually, when he's sucking the breast, he's also sucking sucking her very tightly, and it is so hard, and we can see that Putana's futures have changed, and she's becoming like a demon, and then we can see how hard, and Krishna takes her up in the sky, and she's like screaming, oh, help me, help me, help me, leave me, leave me, leave me. And everybody was wondering, what's happening, what's happening, what's happening. And Krishna is up in the air, and she could not bear, and Krishna is like, please leave me, leave me. He could not bear, and then she finally falls down and she dies. And also there is beautiful description how big her body is, how big her nostrils are, how big it is said, like very beautiful descriptions. I am not prepared. Mataji just spotted me online. I don't know what I'm speaking also, please forgive me if I'm speaking wrong. And yeah, it's a beautiful description, Mataji. If we can open that description and read until Prabhuji joins, or anybody else wanted to share, they can share. And
Thank
also the,
you. Hare
the
Krishna.
burning. Yes, Mataji.
Sorry. Okay. Continue, Mataji.
Yeah, and final rites of Putana, and how Putana, when they are burning Putana, the beautiful smell was coming, because she was a demon, but still she got killed by Krishna. That's why she got that benefit of when she was burnt. It was a beautiful smell coming from miles away, far away from miles. Yeah, and before even this pastime happens, Nanda Maharaj. Uh, Goes to the Mathura to pay task. At that time, Vasudeva gives the hint, like, it's going to be very bad. Kamsa is sending demons. And yeah, that is what I wanted to share, Mataji. I don't know what I spoke, but thank you for giving me opportunity. Anybody can share other pastimes. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Can
Very
I
beautifully
share?
narrated, Mataji. Very nice. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
also one thing, if you allow me, I can add. So she was wearing yellow sari, right? And as you said, the description in Bhagavatam is good, and she was looking like Lakshmi Devi. It's given as
Yeah.
in the description, and
I don't know,
so she
Mataji,
was-
yellow sari. I don't know. I didn't know. I have to go through the translations. But she was looking like a goddess. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so by seeing her, Krishna thought she's looking like my mother only. So even she gives me poison, I will give her deliverance. So that's how I heard in some lecture, Mataji. So nice, actually. Krishna is very merciful, right? And even Shukadev Goswami got his mind changed by hearing this shloka, speaking from the mouth of the disciples of Vyasadeva, right? Ahobakyam Sanakala Kotam. So that's how it says about just the merciful of Krishna. Even the intent was of Putana was to kill the Lord, but her actions were good. So that's really very nice, Mataji. Thank you for sharing. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for that inputs. Yes, Vasundhara Mataji, you were talking and I interrupted you. Yes, please
No,
go ahead.
no,
You want to speak?
I'm sorry, Mataji, I interrupted you. In fact, Anita Mataji also mentioned this. I just wanted to add on to what you said. In fact, in third canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, the beautiful verse describing this entire episode and showcasing the personality of Krishna, how merciful he is, right? As Anita Mataji said, it is a beautiful verse. Aho bakiyam stanakala kutam जिगांसयापाययदाप्यसाध्वी लेबे गतिं दात्रि उचितां ततोऽन्यं कं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम. Who will not take the shelter of that merciful Lord, who is full of compassion and mercy? Because even for a demoness like Putana who approached him to kill him, he gave her the highest position of Dhatri, motherhood position in the spiritual lokam, right? So this is what this entire episode of Putana's episode pastime reveals the quality of Lord Krishna in terms of his compassionate, the highest mercy that he can bestow to the devotees. If for Putana herself is given the position of a dhatri, nurse, right? What about devotees who follow him, right? Who take the shelter of Lord Krishna and serve him with utmost devotion services. So what can one expect, right? So that's a beautiful rhetorical question out there, which many of the devotees kind of, take up to the, what do you call, shelter of Krishna. So the qualification of the living entity and the awards that one can expect is like very highest. It can't be said in just mere words, and also showcases the standard of the quality character of Krishna. So Suta Goswami questions, who is not a person who is not ready to take the surrenderance of Krishna is definitely not that intelligent person. So anyone takes up to the shelter of Krishna is the most utmost intelligent person, is what Suta Goswami explains. Again, yes, this is what I've heard. And there are senior devotees here, Kirtidasan, Dari Mataji, Preeti Mataji, you might correct my understanding. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Vasundhara Mataji. Actually, Ramgirdhari Prabhuji is here. Hare Krishna, Ramgirdhari Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. We were waiting for you, Prabhuji. In between, we started the discussion. Thank you, Prabhu, for your association, and we are eagerly waiting to hear from you.
Hare Krishna, and please kindly excuse me because I got stuck in the traffic. I wasn't even sure that if I'll be able to make it, and somehow by Krishna's blessings, I came, but I'm sorry that I came late. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So, we are going to discuss from Srimad Bhagavatam something which is very interesting in the connection with Lord Krishna's appearance, what is called as Garbhastuti. This is some set of prayers offered by demigods for Lord Krishna in the womb. The whole chapter, this is the second chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, has got so many wonderful instructive lessons through these prayers. It's a very elaborate chapter. We will only touch base on some important parts of this chapter within the limited time. I'm already late, so I didn't want to drag it for too long. So we'll start this with a small prayer for the Supreme Lord Krishna, who has um, performed transcendental pastimes in the uh, Vrindavan Dham. So, with a small prayer, we will start this. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Atasi Pushpa Sankasham Haranu Purashobhitam Ratna Kankana Keyuram Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Kutiralaka Samyuktam Purnachandra Nibananam Vilasat Kundaladaram Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Mandaragandha Samyuktam Charuhasam Chaturbhujam Barhi Pinchavachudangam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Utfulla Padma Padraksham Neelajimuta Sannibham Yadavanam Shiroratnam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Rukmini Kelisam Yuktam Pitambara Sushobitam Avapta Tulasi Gandham Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Gopikanam Kuchadvanta Kunkuma Vakshasam Sriniketam Maheshwasam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Srivatsangam Mahorashkam Vanamala Virajitam Shankachakradharam Devam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnashtakamidam Punyam Prataruttaya Yat Phatet Koti Janma Kritam Papam Smaranena Vinashyati Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are going to discuss from the interesting conversation that happened, or interesting offerings that happened inside the prison. A little bit of background and what has happened. Kamsa, along with Jarasanda's help and other demons, he started to control all the Yadus. He started to somehow or other put his pressure on all the Yadus. And because of that, many Yadus, they sought the refuge of other kingdoms, and sometimes somebody, some of them became friends with Kamsa, because knowing that they didn't have any other go, so they thought I will at least become friendly with him. And eventually Kamsa killed 6 sons of Devaki, one after the other. And Anantasesha entered Devaki's womb by Lord's arrangement. So what has happened, that in the entire process of um, Kamsa's controlling, um, Kamsa trying to control Mother Devaki and Vasudev, so many people were put in trouble. The entire entire family of Ugrasena, they were all disheartened, and 6 children were killed. So eventually, some major thing has to happen. So Ananta Sesha entered Devaki's womb. As they say, by the mercy of Yoga Maya, Krishna makes all the necessary arrangements for him to perform his Leela. Whenever the Lord wants to perform some Leela, he makes necessary prayer arrangements, background arrangements in such a way. It's like a royal guard arriving before the king to prepare the way. Balaram appeared. We just a couple of days before had celebrated Balaram Jayanti, and because of the transcendental way of his appearing and moving on to Gokula, Balaram is famous as Sankarshna, Balabhadra, Rama. So now the Lord has decided to appear. The way the Lord appeared, Srila Prabhupada beautifully explains them from the verse 16 to 18 of this second chapter of 10th canto. He says, Lord entered Vasudeva's mind, not that he wasn't there before. Now that the Lord specifically has, manifested in his heart, making Vasudeva effulgent, and not that anybody else could see, but the Lord manifested in his heart. And Vasudeva suddenly started to, glow, become brilliant, become effulgent. And it is explained that from Vasudeva's heart, uh, he moved to Devaki's heart. Spiritual transmission. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikave. This is not new. Brahma and Lord, the Supreme Lord has uh, between them. The Lord imparted the divine knowledge to Brahma like this. So it is explained that lighting a lamp from another without diminishing the first flame. So the Lord was already glowing and making Vasudeva effulgent, and he went into the heart of Devaki and eventually Devaki to his womb. Srila Prabhupada writes, the true initiation, the real Diksha, uh, is the gift of divine presence. So Prabhupada explains that our progress in Krishna consciousness is understood, can be understood how much our spiritual master is pleased with us and how much Krishna is pleased with us. And by his divine presence, the Lord acknowledges the devotee's love for him. In fact, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj gave initiation to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj like this. So the idea is that the whole Divya Gyan uh, and the spiritual effulgence. So the Lord moved from Vasudeva's heart to Devaki's heart and eventually to Devaki's womb. And Prabhupada explains, and Sukadeva Goswami writes, that as soon as the Lord entered Devaki's heart and womb, Devaki Mata, who was in fear, in distress, in agony, in utmost shocking state because of so much of drama has happened there. 6 of her newborn child were killed, and Baladev has performed his leela, and it's all put everyone in shock, and she's suddenly started glowing. Uh, so as much as Vasudeva was glowing, and Devaki's effulgent became effulgent when Krishna was in her womb. So it is explained that when our inner divinity is manifesting, outwardly it is seen in the personality. Srila Prabhupada writes in teachings of Lord Kapila or Queen Kunti somewhere. He says that all the devotees of our Krishna consciousness movement, look at their face before they came to Krishna consciousness and after they became Krishna conscious. Srila Prabhupada says, because of them subscribing to Krishna consciousness, their face have become effulgent. If for a conditioned soul who has taken up Krishna consciousness can become effulgent, what to speak of Mother Devaki and Vasudev, who performed tapasya to have the Lord as their own children, Lord as their own child. So, like the fire glowing through the walls of a pot. Sometimes when the pot is kept on fire and the fire, concealed yet radiant. Krishna consciousness scenario is such that when somebody is internally, internally devotional, internally deep in their bhakti, it it is revealed in their conduct, in their personality, in their dealings, in their relationship. So Mother Devaki, up till that point in time, she was an utmost, um, I would say, shock, fear, distress. She started glowing. So much so that even Kamsa noticed Devaki's radiance. It was so visible because Kamsa was very closely watching what's happening inside the prison. Huh? He knew eighth child, and eighth child is going to appear. He is very closely watching. Suddenly, Devaki is glowing. Yesterday, we were reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 7th chapter, shloka number 31. Prabhupada writes, Indra's prayer towards the Supreme Lord who appeared in Daksha Prajapati's, sacrifice. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport that even though we may not be fully qualified, even with our material senses, one will be able to appreciate and understand Lord's transcendental form and shape. It is not that one has to be spiritually surcharged to understand. Srila Prabhupada says that even though we may have material senses, material, consciousness, still Krishna reveals and one can understand the transcendence. Same here, even though Kamsa may be a demon, but he can definitely understand something transcendental is happening. It is not that demons don't know Krishna's glories, but they do not want to bow down to those glories because they expect equality with Lord. Srila Prabhupada writes in the same context in 4th canto. He says that the demons, one of their problem is they are expecting equality with the Lord. They are envious with the Lord. Because of their enviousness, they want to become the Lord, not to become servant of the Lord. In a sense, they want to be as powerful as the Lord. So Kamsa was clear that something glorious is going on. But then Kamsa did not want to react. He knew that Mother Devaki is now going to be giving birth to Krishna. Krishna is Supreme Lord, or at least to his understanding, Krishna is somebody who is his death personified. So he says that should I now that she is glowing, my the Akashvani is going to come true. Maybe should I go forward and kill Devaki? He said that no, I shall not do that. Sukadeva Goswami writes, verse 21-22 of 10th canto, 2nd chapter, he writes, Kamsa is reflecting on the sins and karma from killing Devaki. The example is given. Sometimes a thief hesitate upon seeing a police guard or a security guard. Not that he is want to give up the stealing habit. Uh, so he may just hesitate. Should I go? Not go? Now go? Then go? So Kamsa is in that mind. Maybe I should not go. Maybe there are some consequences. So Kamsa decided to wait till a childbirth. Kamsa thought, I will wait till the baby comes. Sometimes we may show some restraint, sometimes we may show some activities of transformation, but they are all temporary because the heart is still filled with envy, the heart is still filled with animosity. So his thought process is only temporary like that. But even though he stopped from going towards Devaki and killing Devaki, his consciousness is constantly circling around Krishna out of fear. Bhaja Huremana Sri Nanda Nandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare. Abhaya Charanara Vindare is a symptom of a self-realized soul. They are absolutely fearless because they are constantly surrendered to the Supreme Lord. But those who are not surrendered to Supreme Lord, one of the symptoms is they are constantly afraid. So Kamsa was constantly thinking of Krishna with fear. That is why when we study Nectar of Devotion, describing about pure devotional service, we give this example. Constantly thinking of Krishna is not the only criteria. Anukulyena Krishnaanusilanam is the criteria. Kamsa was also constantly thinking of Krishna, but not Anukulyena. Srila Prabhupada writes, Anukulyena Krishna Anusilanam. One is Anukulyena, second is Anusilanam. So looking at this scene, this is the scenario, this is the background. So demigods led by Brahma, Shiva, Narada, Brahma, Shiva, Narada, yes, Indra, they all started to come closer inside the prison. Of course, invisibly. Uh, Devotees are always drawn wherever there are divine presence. Devotees doesn't need extra special invitation. When they see a satsanga, when they see a Vaishnava, when they see some glorious things happen, they immediately go and bow down, offer obeisances. Since our childhood days, we have been taught that whenever you see a Bhagavata, wherever you see, you offer your namaskara. You may know him, you do not know him. Prabhupada has taught us. When you see a devotee, you may not know him. If you see Kanti Mala and Udra Pundava Tilak, you say Namaskar, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So the divinity or the transcendental nature uh, of Vaishnavas are that they are drawn towards transcendence. As bees attracted to a blooming flower which is unseen by others, royal ministers secretly visiting the true king, uh, those with devotion naturally gather to glorify. This scene is profoundly instructive. At least I would say this is one of the important parts of this particular chapter, because externally the situation is shocking. The Supreme Lord is residing within the cramped, dark, and materially uncomfortable womb of Devaki, apparently inside a prison cell. For us, such a plight, such a situation might appear humiliating. Is this the place the Supreme Lord will appear? Is this the place demigods appear? Yet the demigods, they came to offer their prayers to the Supreme Lord. Because Krishna's transcendental presence is not diminished by the environment, rather than that the environment is going to be getting transcendental because of Krishna's presence. Whether the Lord is lying on Ananta Sesha in the milk ocean or whether he's in the womb of Mother Devaki, he remains the supreme personality of Godhead. So the demigods does not mind in whichever place the Lord is, they will go there and offer their prayers. That is why they are demigods. The difference is demigods also do make mistakes. Demons also make mistakes, but demigods make mistakes but agree to change and surrender. So when all the demigods they came, they got attracted towards the transcendental scenario. They were all super excited. Why they are excited? Because they are now going to witness the supremely transcendental pastimes of the Lord, which the Lord has promised that He is going to perform. So their very first prayer, very first thing that they did as soon as they assembled in that prison is they're saying in the praise of the Lord. There are almost 20, 25 prayers they made, but we are going to see 5, 6 of them with some details. So when they are in the prison, of course, invisibly to the naked eye, they thought, now my master is going to appear, our supreme Lord is going to appear, our Father is going to appear. How can the situation, environment be, like this? We'll have to go and charge this up. We will have to go motivate Mother Devaki up. We will have to cheer her up. We will have to bring in all sorts of auspiciousness. Like how every festival, before the festival, there's an Adivas ceremony. They thought that I will go to that arena and try to create all the possible auspiciousness, welcome the Lord with pomp. And the best way to do that is stuti, prayers. That is why in every festival, in every ceremony, in every auspicious situations, we are supposed to offer prayers, glorification, stuti. By the blessings of senior Vaishnavas, I have compiled a book called Stuti Sadhanam. I have already shared it a long time back, but I can share it again. It is available in Amazon Kindle. In that, we have compiled several prayers about several personalities. Because many people doesn't know when they stand in front of Balaram what prayer to offer. When you stand in front of Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, what prayer to offer. When you stand in front of Sitaram, Lakshmana, Hanuman, what prayer to offer. You offer any prayer, but offer some prayer because these prayers are composed by self-realized souls. Through these prayers, they have taught us how to even approach the Lord. Otherwise, we will not know how to even approach the Supreme Lord. Anyway, so these demigods, they assembled there and they are so excited, so happy that my Krishna is going to appear. So they're saying, first prayer, they're saying, the name of the book is Stuti Sadhanam. It's a very small book. It's not, there's no philosophy there. It's only compilation of simple prayers. This is a part one. We are working on part two of this series. What our idea was that we want to somehow uh, train, help devotees to chant some basic prayers. So close to 35, 36 personalities prayers are listed. Each personality is 3, 4 prayers or one prayer, whatever number of prayers we could, compile. That's the simple attempt. Anyway, we'll come back to the, prayers here. So demigods, first prayer towards the Supreme Lord is saying that Satyavrata, Satya Sankalpa. Said, my dear Lord, you are Satya Sankalpi, you are Satya Vrata, meaning you have kept your promise. Jai Ho, Jai Ho. Demigods acknowledge Krishna as the unchanging, all pervasive, supreme truth and surrender. And they say, please, hence, you protect us. It is explained, Prabhupada explains, like the sun that rises every morning regardless of clouds, steady, inevitable, and illuminating, all without partiality. Huh? The sun does not compromise its nature for critiques, it simply shines. Huh? So, the demigods are saying, my dear Lord, you are Satyavrata, Param Satyam. The reason this prayer is very important is, hence, let us invest all our time, energy, and priority for this Param Satyam, absolute truth. We are investing our time and energy for temporary Satyam or temporary Mithya, or Mithya, which is, uh, surrounding us. So we have to anchor our life in such a vow, saying that I am surrendering to you, my dear Lord, who have always kept your promises, unlike all the so-called materialistic, bogus people. Uh, Whenever the anxiety rises in our mind, let us remind us he is Satyavrata, so relax and surrender. Krishna has never let a devotee down, so let us relax and surrender. Uh, so this is a very interesting uh, prayer for us to gain some hope. And this is the first prayer they are saying. Saying that you have kept your words up. In fact, in Gopala Champu, there is a very interesting situation that is explained by the author there. So it is explained that several great Vaishnavas, several great rishis, munis, several great personalities, knowing that Krishna is going to appear in this planet, have chosen to come and take birth in different parts of Vrindavan as trees, as saplings, as different, living beings, birds, so that Krishna will come and play in Vrindavan Dham and we'll be able to get this transcendental association. They've been waiting for thousands of years. And the reason they have been waiting is they know Krishna will come. The same is in Shabari's case. Every day she has kept on performing her, prayers and, sadhana. She was confident that my dear Lord Ram will always come, will definitely come. So for a devotee, he is not bothered about the outcome or when the Lord will come, or he's delayed coming. He know the Lord will come. He know he is Satya Vrata, Satya Sankalpa. So I will just simply wait for him to manifest. Anyway, I do not have anything else to do. In the sense that if I try to do a shortcut route by reaching out to him, there is no shortcut. It is out of his own free will he appeared, and out of his own free will he will bestow his benediction upon us. Our job is, our duty is, our service is to simply depend on him enthusiastically, knowing for sure that he never lets his dearest people down. Another prayer, I'm not going by prayer by prayer by prayer. I'll go by at least 5 6 important prayers, and then uh, we'll have to conclude. So they are saying, my dear Lord, you are the efficient cause, maintainer, and ultimate preserver, and Maya hides you from those who are covered by external energy. Meaning, they are saying, not everybody can see you. Not everybody can understand you are the maintainer, you are the ultimate preserver. Like a projector that casts a huge cinematic scene on a screen. Many viewers see only the movie, and miss or doesn't realize there was a projector which was projecting behind it. Only those who walk backstage see the projector. So we have to train ourselves to go to the deep root, bottom, foundation through the process of bhakti. And what is the foundation? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnur Smaranam. And in that process, ultimately, complete surrender. So it is important for someone to realize that at the end of the day, there is a cause and there is a cause of cause. And Krishna, being the cause of all causes, is theoretically known to all of us, but seldom we tend to fail. So the demigods are saying, my dear Lord, your hand behind every action is not seen by everyone because their eyes are covered by ajnana. So at least as practicing devotees, can we develop the sense of devotion? Can we develop the sense of reasoning, saying that everything that is happening in my life, every glorious, positive, wonderful thing that are happening in my life, there is a hand behind me. There is a divine intervention. And that's how a Vaishnava sees. Whether good things are happening or bad things are happening, if you have surrendered to Krishna, he says, Krishna, now I am yours. You do anything you want. Prabhupada writes, make me dance, my dear Lord, make me dance the way you want me to. So, the demigods are further saying, simple surrender and meditation on the Lord's lotus feet is the practical boat across ignorance. It follows Mahajanas and is the very easiest way to cross over the ocean of nescience. Srila Prabhupada explains this with an example of a prayer from Srimad Bhagavatam. He says, like a small child or even anybody who can easily cross over a calf's hoof print, like stepping across a small calf print left in a riverbed rather than swimming a whole current. When somebody takes shelter of the Lord's lotus feet, when somebody simply surrender and meditate on the Lord's lotus feet, the size of the ocean of nescience gets shrinked to the size of calf's hoof print. Srila Prabhupada writes that the size of the calf's hoof print is such that even a small child can jump over, and it is simply amazing. And Prabhupada gives a further interesting example. Typically, people have to sit on a boat to cross the river or sit on a ship to sail on the ocean. Here, the devotional, the worship, the prayers, the surrender to the Lord's lotus feet, the Lord's lotus feet is compared to a ship, to a boat. When you sit on that boat, when you surrender to that boat, instead of the boat sailing across, the entire river or the ocean is shrinking down. So there is no, sometimes people may argue saying that if you consider the Lord's lotus feet as the ship or a boat, who brings back the boat? Because we say when you sit on the boat, you are sent to the spiritual abode. But when you sit on that Lord's lotus feet, when you surrender to the Lord's lotus feet, the size of the ocean is shrinked. And Sukadeva Goswami very nicely explains or even the demigods are mentioning their prayers. You just sit on the Lord's lotus feet as directed by Mahajanas, not in your own whims and fancies, not in your own mental speculative way, as directed by Mahajanas. Uh, so the next prayer, the demigods are saying austerities and realizations without devotion are just impure and temporary. Non devotees fall because they ignore surrender to the Lord. Because many times we hear people perform austerities, tapasya, all these demons. What have they done? Because people question several severe austerities Hiranyakashipu has done, severe austerities Ravana has done, severe austerities these great demons have done. If austerities can give results, why they couldn't get the necessary result? And demigods are answering. Austerities and realizations are not enough without surrender to the Supreme Lord, because simple austerities for personal gain only can give us impure and temporary result. Like a huge tower built without a proper foundation. It may rise high briefly, but will tumble because its base is weak. So we need to be very careful that we should not become proud in our spiritual life, because spiritual pride, some spiritual achievement, and some sort of uh, arrogance can completely collapse our hope in spirituality. So, vigilance is needed. So, scriptural knowledge plus the blessings of self realized soul should be combined for somebody to perform austerity. That is why austerities are also to be done as recommended, not according to your own whims and fancies. Srila Prabhupada explains that in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna also explains it in Bhagavad Gita. Three different types of austerity. Austerity in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Next prayer. The demigods are saying, even though devotees may not perform austerities, or they lapse in performing austerities, are still protected and progress, their fall down, their deviation may be temporary, but it's not final. It's a very interesting prayer. The demigods are saying that devotees, bhaktas, whose journey is obstructed, who falls down, who deviates. An interesting example can be given. It is like somebody is gone on a pilgrimage. When he is climbing up a steep path, but sometimes slips on the steep path. Our fall down, devotees fall down. Those who are, surrendered, but somehow because of conditioning, past conditioning, that fall down is forgotten and forgiven. Their fall is just temporary. As soon as they slip, they can catch hold of some rail, catch hold of some Vaishnava's lotus feet, the Lord's lotus feet, and such a fall will not ruin them. Demigods are saying, my dear Lord, you're so kind. Unlike a demon's austerities and realizations may sound great. A devotee's austerities and practices may sound weak, but because they have invested their time and energy in the right place, they will be protected. I will tell you two more, then we will consolidate, summarize the prayer. The demigods are saying, the Lord must be transcendental to be distinguishable from matter. His presence reveals some very wonderful tattva, like a lighthouse above the storm. If the lighthouse were part of the waves, it couldn't guide the ship. Its separate, lofty, and tall presence is the very condition of its guidance. So, uh, our surrender and understanding of Lord being a transcendental guiding light, our understanding that the Supreme Lord's transcendental nature should be understood, because if we do not understand, tattvataha, that's what the word Krishna explains. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo vedi tattvataha. So we should study the scriptures, study the siddhanta, study the tattva, achintya beda abeda tattva with devotional humility, because intellectual knowledge without experiencing the Lord's presence remains speculative. Senior Vaishnavas helps us to cultivate both knowledge and help us to get directly connected with Krishna through the process of Dibya Gyan, initiation. So they engage us in the service of the Lord. That is why Seva Adhikara Diye Karo Nijadasi. And last prayer. The Lord's appearance removes demoniac burden. His symbols will be visible in the world and heavens, which shows a sign of protection and victory. Once again, the verse that we read yesterday, 4th canto, 7th chapter, text number 31. Indra is saying to the Supreme Lord Vishnu, because in Daksha's fire sacrifice, when the Lord appeared, after all the heart change of Daksha, when Daksha offered the prayers, the Lord appeared. Uniquely at that time, Lord Vishnu appeared with 8 hands, with weapons in all the 8 hands. So Indra is offering the prayer to the Lord, saying that, my dear Lord, when I see you with these weapons in all the 8 hands, I feel very pleased and I feel very encouraged. Are? When people see the Lord, when they see Narsingadev, when they see different, personalities, they are so much afraid. They don't want to see such a ferocious form. But Indra, Prahlada, devotees, when they see the Lord with, so much of um, weapons, they feel, see, our Father is there to protect us. Our Father is there to, take care of us. So the demigods are saying, my dear Lord, your appearance is going to remove the demoniac burden. Uh, so when we understand Vinashaya cha dushkritam for paritranaya sadhunam, and in Kali Yuga, through holy name, through the opportunity to participate in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's manifested and unmanifested Leela, we are able to fight against the demoniac burden within our heart. And when we are transforming or transformed, we can become party with all of those great Mahajanas who are fighting against these demoniac burdens in this world to eventually win each and every one of us to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. To put the entire set of prayers into a context, to kind of summarize all the prayers together, because there are many, many more prayers. At least I have only listed 5, 6 of them. There are many, many more prayers the demigods are offering. But I just want to highlight few important ones. In fact, after this prayer, some interesting scene is happening where Vasudeva is going to have the first hand experience of seeing the transcendental beauty of Krishna. That somebody else will discuss. That's from another chapter. But as a part of Garbhastuti, as a part of cheering up, they have come and said, please, my dear Devaki, don't worry. The personality who is going to appear, who is going to come in your womb, is none other than the Supreme Lord, and He is always going to protect His devotees. So, hence the summary of the 5 6 prayers are, at least I'm starting from the prayer part of it. I want to say that the the context of the prayer is Supreme Lord appeared in, is going to appear in the most precarious environment, but the demigods have no problem in that. They're still going there to glorify. So it is important that we learn to recognize Krishna's presence in our life, even though Krishna may apparently put us in challenging, trivial, difficult situations. Krishna has got a plan for us. Please go by Krishna's plan. If you don't understand what is Krishna's plan, please take the help of self-realized souls in your life so that they can impart you, they can, educate you, they can enlighten you that how this is actually Krishna's plan. Uh, so the prayers are: number one, Krishna, you are Satyavrata, you are Satya Sankalpa, you've always kept your promise. And the lesson associated with it is we have to keep motivating ourselves saying that Rake Krishna Mare Krishna Rake Ke. If I take shelter of Krishna, he will protect. There is no doubt about it. Second, Krishna's presence, protections is not seen by naked eyes. Those who are materially engrossed, those whose eyes are covered with Maya, cannot see this. So, the lesson is some of our near, dear family, friends may not understand, appreciate what is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam because of their novice, because of their non understanding. Even ourselves, we may not be able to believe in what is being said. So please go to the foundational understanding, go to the roots of it by taking a bhakti yoga process. You will be able to see Krishna's hand. Meaning, Krishna is generally not going to reveal yourself unless you get yourself ready. God will help those who help themselves. So that's the second prayer. The third prayer that we said is the process of, now that I recognize, I acknowledge the Lord, I will simply surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord, which surrender will help us to cross over the ocean of nescience. The Lord's lotus feet is like a boat, like a ship. It will help us cross over the ocean of nescience. The size of the ocean of nescience gets shrunk to the size of the calf's hoof print. So let us try to practice the process of surrendering to the lotus feet of Krishna by hearing about Krishna, by glorifying about Krishna, and eventually let us clasp his lotus feet. So the lesson for us is that can we learn some stuti? Can we learn some prayer? Can we learn some, you know, some songs glorifying the Supreme Lord so that we can program ourselves, we can train ourselves to constantly appreciate the Lord's lotus feet. Fourth, austerities and realizations, which generally people, dharmic people, or people interested in getting quick results, they adopt some quick shortcut ways. But demigods have said in their prayers, saying that austerities and realizations can only give us temporary impure results when they are bereft of surrender to the Lord's lotus feet. When they are imbued with the sense of surrender to the Lord's lotus feet, then they can help. So it is important that we need to somehow not become proud, not become arrogant just by our achievements, but by our positions. We need to remember that our spiritual pride can finish us rather than by our knowledge, imbued with blessings of the senior Vaishnavas, imbued with devotion, can actually win us towards the Lord's lotus feet. Fifth prayer is that, my dear Lord, that if the devotees, even though apparently they may slip in their journey, they will never fall. Their slip is not final because they are in the path towards your lotus feet. Their slippage is just temporary as they're slipping in, while climbing the, temple or climbing the staircase of the temple. So such slippage by just catching hold of the guide, by catching hold of somehow or other, if they catch hold of the lotus feet of the self-realized souls, some slight endeavor, they may be able to rise back because you will not let them down. Sixth and the last one that we discussed is, my dear Lord, your appearance will remove the demoniac burden, uh, just by your appearing. That is why he says, my dear Lord, Mama Mana Mandire Krishna Murari, Sri Krishna Murari. Please come and reside in my heart. Bhakti, Preeti, Mala, Chandan. I will give you all of those things. You please stay here. Bilvamangala Thakura says that Karagrahe Vasasade Hridaye Madhye Mad Bhakti Pasha Dridabandhana Nischalasan Twam Krishna He Pralaya Koti Satantarepi Sarvasya Chaura Hridayan Nahi Mokshami. So the idea is that all the acharyas are repeatedly saying this, come and reside in my heart. And when you reside in my heart, all the burdens will go away. So I will stop here. And these are the 6 prayers out of 15, 20 prayers of the demigods that I want to, kind of summarize and say that we have Janmashtami coming up. So let us also offer. Either we borrow these prayers, not imitate, borrow these prayers temporarily till we develop our own sentiments to offer our own version of prayers. We can borrow these prayers and dwell on this consciousness of glorifying the Supreme Lord and celebrate Krishna Janmashtami Utsav. Thank you all so much. Once again, sorry for joining in late. I'll be happy to respond any questions, comments, reflections from this current context. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthrat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Nitai Gaurav Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhu. That's okay if you are late, you are busy in other services, that's why you are late. We are happy that you came and give the class, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. So many take-home points. We should always know what is Krishna's plan. We should like sometimes we get irritated if our life is not going the way that we think. We get frustrated, but we should know what is Krishna's plan. If we don't know that, we have to approach seniors to understand why is this happening to me, how can I solve and how can I get out of this kind of depression that I'm going through and get back to my bhakti as usual. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Such a beautiful prayers. I really like the point that you say that we don't imitate these prayers, but we borrow these prayers. And Prabhu, you are saying that we learn our own prayer, but I always hear that is this devotees prayers, Prahlad prayers, Narshim, all these prayers that we hear, Kunti prayers, Bhishma prayers, all these prayers, like always speaker says that all our whoever comes as Srimad Bhagavatam speakers or anywhere, I heard that you should only repeat those, then you create your own. Or the bhajans that we hear, there are beautiful prayers, also those, right, Prabhuji? So can you just help me that?
Yesterday, we were discussing in our Bhagavatam class a very interesting point about independently thoughtfulness, because Srila Prabhupada uses this word independently thoughtful, independently thoughtful. So, uh, this is a very detailed subject, but I'll just want to say a point here. One of the aspect of independently thoughtfulness means I am supposed to doubt me as well as value me. Where I am supposed to doubt, I am supposed to doubt. And where I am supposed to value, I am supposed to value. When we know the art of correctly doubting and correctly valuing us, our independent thoughtfulness will open up. I will tell you that if somebody has got genuine love and prayer for Krishna, it is not wrong in expressing that to Krishna. I'll give a simple example. I was teaching a class of children on this topic of prayer. We divided the board in two parts. On the left hand side, we wanted to list all those things that Krishna provide us that are necessary for us without we ask for it, without reminding him for it. On the right hand side, we were trying to write all those things we give the Lord without being told. So on the left hand side, the list was growing. Sunlight, moon, air, earth, water, relationship, tree, so many wonderful things, natural resources. And on the right hand side, we could hardly feel anything. So an obvious question was asked, when someone is providing you with so many resources for your essential existence, what will be a gentleman's behavior supposed to be? All the children will say thank you. So all the children, they are all in third grade, fourth grade children. We made them write thank you letter to Krishna in their own words. Write a thank you letter to Krishna. And they wrote the thank you letter. And we told them, just go and read that letter in front of Krishna. That's your version of prayer. We are not encouraging everybody to go and write stutis and prayers and, compile some songs. That's not what we are saying. That's why I said, till we are spiritually matured, we can borrow, we can take inspiration, we can just simply repeat what all the acharyas have said. But it is never a restrictive scenario that you can't make your own prayers. It's a responsible and probably regulative decision that you as a practicing devotee should take. Srila Prabhupada writes, my devotees will write purports to my purports. How can I give class? Do I have qualification to give class? When I'm giving class, I'm giving my reflections. Is my reflection so great that I have to share it with so many people? Because it has got the right intention, because we are talking within the framework of what our acharyas have given. Otherwise, we all can simply read Prabhupada purports. Open, login, read Prabhupada's purports, class is over. So, my understanding is both are correct. We are, in fact, three statements. We are not supposed to imitate. We are supposed to borrow, take inspiration from the existing prayers of great personalities. When you think you are spiritually matured, maybe you can cross verify with your spiritual mentor, spiritual master, and value your sentiments. Where I am supposed to value, my time is valuable, my life is valuable, my activities are valuable. So let me give value to that and not get carried away. Where do you doubt? You doubt about your intentions. Is my intentions pure? You make sure that you doubt the source of knowledge. Is the source of knowledge that I'm learning, is it the right source? Doubt first before just embracing them just because it is about Krishna. So doubting and valuing go hand in hand. So from that perspective, I would say that it's a good proper rights. I have written in my that Stuti Sadhana book introduction 8.3.1. Purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, we encourage, I'm just paraphrasing, we encourage all the practitioners of Krishna consciousness movement to memorize, to learn some prayers, some stuti, because memorizing, and proper writes, it is like Brahma Samhita, nourishing a prayer, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So some prayers we encourage our devotees to memorize, and what Prabhupada says next is very interesting. Even if a devotee happens to be taking a birth as an animal in his next life, such a practice will help. So, on one side, those who are surrendered to Krishna need not take birth as an animal. They are blessed and then they'll be given chance to continue their Krishna consciousness. But Srila Prabhupada writes, even if they happen to become an animal in their next life, this prayer will help because that is Gajendra Moksha's, prayer chapter. So my answer is that, we have definitely all, what I say, all rights at an appropriate time, at an appropriate phase of your spiritual life to offer our own prayers. Not for publicity, not necessarily for publicity, but for expressing your love for Krishna. Am I making sense?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, heartfelt prayers, heartfelt words are always welcome. Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very grateful that example of children writing their thankful message card. That's very, very nice. And how they nicely appreciated whatever Krishna is giving. Yes, Krishna is giving so many things without even we ask. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Very grateful to you. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, we open forum for questions, realizations. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Saglories to Srila Prabhupada. Excellent session. Thank you for starting this series of Krishna Katha with so beautiful prayers by demigods. And I really like so many points already Vinita Mataji has put forward. And of course, you answered her question also nicely that um, till the time that maturity comes, it's always good to take the prayers from Srimad Bhagavatam, and often Prabhupada has also pointed out to memorize your personal heartfelt prayers and then you can offer it to Krishna. But on this side also, I was remembering that how Srila Rupa Goswami also mentioned in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Vignapati and Stavapat. So in Vignapati, he mentions that it's always a good practice to offer your own heartfelt prayers. Just like a small child may not be able to speak properly, but with broken language offer something to his parents, and parents love that. So as a devotee, we can always practice, but of course, as you mentioned, till the time that maturity comes. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you for stressing on this point. Thank you for starting this series so wonderfully. Really grateful to you. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams.
Actually, in India time, today morning, 7:30, Preeti Vilasni Mataji message saying that, can you give class today? In fact, today onwards, from today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow on 14th, from our business side, we are participating in some international exhibition, and it was a very critical thinking. And Mataji said that choose a topic to. Prabhuji, can you give a class today and pick up a topic? We want to make the poster. Of course, she said, she messaged and asked if I can do it. So I was thinking for 15 minutes and thought that, should I say yes or no? Because I knew my day and I was not going to get time to go through whatever I have to go through, prepare or anything. So I was completely, for 15 minutes, I was sitting and thinking, what am I supposed to say? Because I have a little greed that when somebody gives some service, I do not want to say no, because that's an opportunity that Krishna is, providing to, redeem your situation to get better. So I was thinking, what pastime should I say? Should I even say the most easiest Damodar Lila, zillion times we have heard and told? Should I even easily say because I will not have time to prepare? So then I thought, this is one chapter. whenever I studied Krishna book, this chapter at least for 2-3 times I never understood this chapter because it's all full of philosophy. Because initial days we used to study stories, and Krishna book and this second chapter Prabhupada was writing and writing and writing, and so many things he wrote. So, and then I thought that no, I will take this chapter because this chapter actually helps, because we have to be in a prayerful mood. I'm sure past times several devotees will explain much better. Not that I have explained the prayers better, but at least I thought I will take this up, and I requested one of my students that can you please help me compile some things, because I will not have any time. So thankfully I have a chauffeur to drive me from office to home to exhibition. So thanks to Vishaka who helped me in compiling this. That's the name of the devotee who did this small help of compiling the notes. She prepared. I got last minute notice, and this devotee Vishaka, she works in some company. So I told her, please do something here in the middle of your lunch breaks and sneak out and something do. And she did this, so I could make this service. So I want to acknowledge devotees who helped me. Thanks to Preeti Vilasini Mataji, that somehow she made sure that I was trying to escape out of the service in some capacity other than Mataji. I wrote, Mataji, I'm stuck in traffic jam. Shall I switch to some other time? But somehow it happened. So I think
Haribol.
Krishna's mercy.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. So much. So grateful to you for helping us. Thank you. And thanks for the fantastic class filled with realizations. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I would like to see if there is any question in the chat box. Book name of the book, please. Hare Krishna.
It was Stuti Sadhanam. You can search in Kindle, you'll get it under my name.
Okay. Everybody is thanking you, Prabhuji. Thank you once again for such a wonderful start, and thank you to the devotee who helped you with the notes. We are grateful. So Prabhuji could give the class today. Thank you so much. I would like to offer my obeisances to you and all the Vaishnavas assembled on the call. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhu bhyeva patidanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. This is Ramgiridhari Prabhuji ki Jai.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
welcome,
Krishna
Prabhuji. Thank you
Prabhuji,
so much.
Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you,
Thanks for the
Prabhuji.
beautiful
Jai.
class, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.
The devotees, thank you for joining us. So we all see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.